Hi everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, having a nice, busy, productive day, getting things done. About to go to the gym here in about 20 minutes, so I thought I would do a video before I went. Just something I had on my mind this morning. I've been putting a few thoughts together and just wanted to share with you today. So today I want to talk about raw vegan without exercise. Why? Why? I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you'd take the time and hit that subscribe button, click on the little bell, and check send notifications. This will keep you subscribed to the channel. And some of you that have been subscribed for a while, you might even want to check that yourself, because it seems that there's a little glitch these days and YouTube might be unsubscribing people from channels again. It just happens from time to time. I mean, you know, that algorithm goes a little astray sometimes, so you might want to check that too. And not just for my channel, I'm just telling you that in general for YouTube and various channels you follow. You know, there's two schools of thought in this raw vegan lifestyle, and it's been interesting over the past 5 years. You know, there's a lot of people that are very active. In fact, there's some people that are probably overactive or really just jacked on the exercise thing. But then there's the ones that are all about the food, but they have no interest in exercise. Now, exercise can be a dirty word, but just think of it as activity, the activity levels of our body. And some people just don't seem to be interested in doing anything remotely physical. And honestly, it's not a judgment or whatever. I just don't understand it unless you have some sort of physical limitation, like a health issue or whatever, that will allow you not to be healthy. I'm like, what are you doing with all the energy? I would lose my mind, you know. I think back, you know, there was a period when I first got into this lifestyle for probably the first year or 2 years. I didn't exercise, or I was doing very little. But looking back, I probably was doing more than I gave myself credit for, because when I was living in Costa Rica, and that's where I was when I came to this lifestyle, you know, just day to day, I got exercise without saying, ooh, I'm going to get exercise, just activity really. There was a lot of walking when I was in Costa Rica, and when I came to this lifestyle, I was actually living in the city. So I had to get around a good bit. So, you know, I was walking, and that I was doing. And I was going to the gym a little bit at the time, but then after about 3 or 4 months on this lifestyle, I just kind of like started easing. I don't know why. I just kind of got disinterested in the active part of it. And I noticed it. I noticed it in a lot of ways. And over the past few years, I've kind of come to understand the whys and like what my body was doing and why it was doing the things that it was doing. You know, I just think as a species, we just need to be active. We need to move our bodies. It's really as simple as that. There doesn't have to be a whole lot of explanation. If you just think common sense and look at ourselves, we were designed to move our bodies. Any machine, when neglected and not used, it gets, you know, even like your cars, like machines, they get rusty. A car doesn't function properly if it's not cranked up and run. Have you ever had a car that's in good condition, or it's a, you know, it's not like it's an old car or a junk car, you let it sit for too long and it's just not running properly? Well, I feel like our bodies just don't run properly if we're not getting some activity in our day-to-day life. And you know, it's just the kind of body. Now, a lot of people come to this lifestyle. I'd say a lot of people come to this lifestyle, whether it's like their main objective or like not necessarily everybody has this huge before and after story, but so many people, I would say a large majority of the people that come to this lifestyle do so looking to lose some weight, especially in the beginning. And, you know, like I say, some people don't have 100 pounds or more to lose, but everybody's interested in losing some weight. Well, as you're losing that weight, there's two ways your body can turn out, you know, after you've been on this raw vegan lifestyle for a while. In my body, I look back at old videos of mine sometime from various times, and I'm like, wow, it wasn't like I was probably wearing the same size pants, the same size, everything I'm wearing now. I actually weighed less then, because, you know, I've been back in the gym now. I've been putting on a little bit of healthy muscle, a little bit of healthy weight. So I was probably weighing less back then, but when I look at myself, I was kind of like SpongeBob. I was soft. You didn't see, You didn't even see it's not like I'm Mr. Cut or Mr. Shredded or anything now, but you didn't see the least bit of definition in my body. You didn't see anything that looked like, yeah, this guy is physical. Yeah, this guy works out. Everything had just gotten soft. I was a little bit, soft in the belly. Just kind of had what I've always called in life that lazy body. I wasn't fat. Lazy body's my term when somebody's not fat. They're not overweight. They're not big, but there's just no tone. Like the body just doesn't look efficient. There's no muscle tone. There's nothing about it that says, okay, this is a fit, efficient body. And I was looking like that. When people lose weight, if you look at people that lose weight, you tend to notice there's two types of people. There's people that lose weight and they might look great when they have their clothes on. You get a guy who takes his shirt off and he's just as saggy can be with, stretch marks, loose skin, whatever. And depending on how much weight someone loses, that can possibly is going to happen anyway. But the more exercise we're getting, the more we're moving, just movement, the more we're moving our lymph, the less sagginess, the less skin issues people tend to have. So as I'm talking about this, there's just like a myriad of reasons that we need to move our bodies as well as eat well for our overall health. Just to keep our bodies tight and toned. It's not about I'm not saying you have to be a fanatic. You don't have to go out and run marathons. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to do anything specific. You don't have to go do 2 hours of exercise a day. You don't have to do all that stuff, but we do need to move our body. And I think everybody, it would behoove them to kind of work on finding what for them is the appropriate amount of work that their body needs. I want to read a little passage here, and this is out of that book I bought at the Woodstock Fruit Festival about avoiding degenerative disease by Don Bennett. I had to look around a little bit for this morning, but here's another thing too, and here I want to read one little passage. It's just about 2 or 3 paragraphs from his book, where he was talking about activity level. Activity level also, now I'm going in a different direction now. Activity level also comes into play with the nutrients that we're taking into our body as opposed to the fuel, as opposed to the calories, because, when we're, and I'm going to read it because he gives a better explanation. I was going to kind of try to go by my memory of hearing him talk about this in a talk, but I said, no, I won't explain it well, and then people will be like, well, that's wrong because of my bad senile explanation. So let me just read this to you. In today's society, most people are underactive, and even if you transition to a healthy diet, you may still not be getting enough nutrients. If you're not active enough, listen to that, you may still not be getting enough nutrients even if you're not active enough. There's an interesting and often overlooked correlation between activity, calories, and nutrients. First, you need to remember that nutrients are used for many processes in your body, and not just to support your daily physical activity. Excuse me, I should have had a drink of water or something. I got something in my throat. If you're not getting the amount of physical activity that you're designed to get, you won't be consuming the amounts of food needed to fuel that activity. And the less than normal amount of food you'll be eating will contain less nutrients than an amount consumed to support a normal level of physical activity. In other words, if you're not getting what you need for physical activity, your body's not going to require you to eat. And you'll scale down a little bit and you will eat less. You'll eat less calories. And your body will be okay with that as far as your activity level goes, as far as having the energy to do the things you're doing because you're not exercising. But kind of that whole concept I talk about with whole. We need to be eating adequate calories for our body. We need to be getting a variety. And if we're getting enough calories and enough variety, ergo, we're getting our nutrients and minerals and vitamins and all that stuff covered. But if we're not eating necessarily enough to cover our nutritional needs. In other words, you may be undereating on nutrients, even if you're eating the healthiest of diets, simply because you're not active enough. I just said that. The more active you are, the more food you'll need to eat to fuel that activity, and therefore the more nutrients you'll get in the process. Being active enough so that you eat a normal amount of food becomes even more important when you eat simple meals of just 1 or 2 items. The more food you require, the easier it is to eat a variety of foods because you can eat more meals during the week. I mean, it's just very basic stuff. It's simple. It's simple, simple, simple. But like I say, now that I've done this lifestyle for 5 years, I'll go back to the original question. Why? Why? Like I say, once again, because somebody won't have listened to the whole thing, won't have listened to the first part. I'm not saying you might have a reason you can't be physical. Understand that. So don't come out of the woodwork with all your infirmities and I've got this problem and I've got that problem. But if you are a normal, healthy person and you're able to move your body, why wouldn't you? How can you not do that with all these carbohydrates that we're eating? I'd be like, a car that's in neutral, just revving. I need to go. The way I eat pulls me out of the house. The way I eat takes me to the gym, or the way I eat whatever physical activity I'm doing at the time. More and more, I need to move my body. I need to move my body, or I don't know what to do with that energy. I'm just kind of like bouncing off the wall. So as I'm about to take off to the gym to get some of that energy, to work some of that energy out, to build up an appetite, so I'm ready to eat some more. I would encourage you to do the same thing. And once again, this is not one to say you got to start this formal. I'm not telling you, hey, you've got to start this formal exercise routine, whatever. I do like vigorous exercise. I don't kill myself though. Even though I talk about going to the gym and, I'm going to the gym today or whatever, I'm very efficient. I get in there and I get out of there. I'm not like some gym rat that spends, 12 to 15 hours a week at the gym. Boom. A lot of workouts. I get in there, I'm efficient, I do what I'm going to do, and I'm out of there in less than an hour. You might hate the gym. Fine, don't go to the gym. You may not want to do, you may not be into running. You might not want to do actual yoga classes or anything formal. Get outside, move your body, go for a brisk walk. Get outside and play with your kids. Just anything that gets you moving and you enjoy doing it, do it. That's the biggest key, and I'll leave you with that. And I like that because my buddy, plant-based athlete, I was thinking about him the other day. See, this dude's found his passion. He loves his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he was talking about, I don't think he hardly ever exercises other than doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he's in great shape, over 40, because he's found his passion. Point I'm getting at there, if you can find something you're really passionate about, or even a little bit less, if you can just find something that you really enjoy getting out and doing that's physical, if you enjoy doing it, you're going to do it more. So if that's what you like, do what you enjoy. Make it fun for you. Don't make it a chore. Don't make it something that you're going to dread every day, or you won't do it. But anyhow, just a little bit of food for thought. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.